bicep workout. So we're just gonna jump right into this. I've already been going. No, I did not wake up with a pump like that, unfortunately. I'm gonna show you today how to use 3 different free weight movements. We're gonna incorporate an easy bar, some dumbbells, and actually a resistance band. And real quick, I just wanna say thank you guys for the feedback you gave us on the first 2 videos. You guys giving us that feedback and talking to us, that tells us what you wanna see. So make sure you subscribe if you swiped up from my story on my Instagram. Thanks for following me on there, but I would appreciate your support here as well. We're trying to really put a lot of effort into the content here. We're actually filming again later today. So excited about that, but I think that's what people enjoy about the workouts we've been doing. We're just gonna jump right into it, and no fluff here at the beginning, so I'll show you where we're doing first. All right, so this is our next setup right here. Just have the easy bar. I have my back against an incline here. I have it almost straight up. This is just slightly back, so I'm contracting my shoulder blades here, keeping my chest up, and this is gonna be the movement. So I don't even know the official name for this. We'll call them seated concentration curls with the easy bar half reps. So we'll call them that. So what we're gonna be doing, because our legs are obviously in the way when we're seated like this, is we're gonna be curling from a dead stop off of our lap, squeezing that weight up, turn over our wrists, and we're gonna challenge ourselves with the weight here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna squeeze that up, turn those wrists over. You can kind of pick for that rep. I have my hands here on the easy bar because it curves. A lot of times I'll even go a little bit wider out like that, but we want to make sure we're not bumping that weight up with our lap or anything like that. Our shoulders are back, our chest is up, and then we're just contracting with our biceps, making our biceps do all the work, fighting on the way down. We're not in a hurry on the descent. We're still working, trying to micro tear that tissue in our biceps and then squeezing it back up. So I'll go a little bit more narrow grip this time, and let's knock out like 6 to 8 here, controlling our breathing. All right, little intermission here. So rep range, let's talk that on this movement. Especially if you're just gonna take these 3 movements and make a bicep workout out of it. I would go in that, like, if you wanna go low rep, if you're bulking, trying to work on strength, I would go maybe 5 to 7 reps here, 6 to 8 in that range. And then if you're trying to put on more muscle mass and still be strong, I'd go like 8 to 12. And then if you're shredding and just really trying to tone that muscle, let's go 12 and above, maybe like 16, even 20, doing some drop sets, things like that. But I like to really focus on strength here, just because I can really feel how much I can isolate that bicep. For our next movement, just using dumbbells here. What we're gonna be doing, nothing fancy, just a nice dumbbell curl. Our chest is up, strong wrist, elbows are by our side, just slightly forward, turning that wrist over and squeezing, maintaining that strong wrist all the way down. So as I said, nothing fancy there, just a basic standing bicep curl with dumbbells. The way I'm gonna mix this up on us, and I do these all the time, a lot of times I'll even say them towards the end of the workout because it kind of blows your forearms out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mix in some holds in between our sets. So instead of setting the weight down, we're gonna have to hold them, take shorter breaks. And the reason why I wanna do that is when we hold that weight there in between our sets, it's still stimulating the muscle, and you can see right now, just holding it, there's been a ton of blood being sent to the arms. And then we'll go right back in to the next part of our set. So technically, it's kind of be similar to what we're doing next with 21s. When you're doing these, technically it's like 3 mini sets. Elbows are here by my side, just slightly forward, strong wrist, squeezing that up. We're just gonna hit 7 here. Controlling our breathing. It's kind of hard for me to do that as I talk to you. Chest is staying up. So there's my 7 there on my first one. Now I'm just holding that weight by my side. I usually go 8 to 10 seconds. Sometimes I'll go as short as 5. But most of the time it's about 10 seconds. That's what we're gonna do here today. It's about 5 seconds, we'll give it a few more. And we're gonna do 7 more reps. So now we're getting in to our second part of 3 parts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're starting to light up now, for sure. We're gonna hold them here, 10 more seconds again. Everything in my mind is telling me, screaming at me to set these damn things down. 7 more, not cheating any of them. We're never cheating our reps. It's that way we get the most out of our work. 4. When I say cheat, meaning no swinging them up and no half rep in here. All the way up, squeeze. 2 more. Resist it on the way down. You got a little more in the tank. So I would either go up on the next one or increase the reps for a mini set. So that was 21 total reps there with the holds in between. Blood's going, forearms are lighting up. So that's why we're actually gonna do a resistance band next for our 21s. I'll show you that. Okay, so for our third and final movement, I just have a resistance band here. I feel like the resistance band was one of those things like curling in the squat rack or whatever that just got a bad rap. And I think then when COVID hit and a lot of people had to then use resistance bands, that people are seeing, including myself, how effective they can be, especially when it comes to time under tension. Just using that band resistance, you can keep that constant tension so well. So when we're doing 21s, a lot of times I'll do these with a straight bar or even an easy bar like we started with. But I found, and I've been doing this recently, that with the band, especially at the top half, and I'll explain when we get there, that we can really keep that tension constant. So this band's a little bit light for me. So I'm just putting it under my foot and then right in the middle of my palm so I can make a strong wrist like I'm holding a dumbbell. And what we're gonna do when we do 21s is the first 7, we're gonna target that lower part of the bicep head. So we're only coming up halfway, but we're really accentuating the stretch there. So focusing on that stretch, squeezing it up halfway. I'm trying to really put tension in the outer part of my palm here, which is my pinky and ring finger. Still supinating that a little bit, or pronating, whichever one it is. So there's 7 there from the bottom, targeted there. Now we're gonna really work on the squeeze here and go from the top, still turning that pinky in as much as I can. And this is why I'm saying I like this better than even an easy bar here, because it's easier to keep the tension in the bicep when I do these little half reps from the top. And sometimes when you're using free weight, it's hard to keep the tension. It kind of moves to the front of your shoulder. So keeping that tension in the bicep, squeezing that up for 7 here. And that's why they're called 21s, because now I'm gonna go 7 full all the way from the bottom. And that's gonna give us our reps 14 through 21. So we're just combining the first thing we did, targeting there, then combining the second thing that we did for a full rep. So we'll go 7 there. So even though it's just a resistance band, getting a ton of blood flow, and I'll mix it up. Like doesn't mean we're just gonna go away from free weight. There's advantages to both. So I'll still do these with free weight, especially maybe a little bit heavier, because I can't go as heavy with the band, the tension, and then going lighter here and just having more tension there, focusing on blood flow. So start with my right, then go to my left, have a break. I would do this at least 2 or 3 times. Or basically until the point you feel like you can't do it anymore and your arms are gonna pop. So these have all been different strategic workouts that I picked that you can do with free weight. So just in case you don't have access to a gym, there's still some of us that don't. But also on top of that, that are functional and have given me good results. So hopefully they do the same for you. Let's jump over here and talk about one more thing. All right, so before we even go over these pump products, first I just wanna say that the workout we just did in this video, combined with the right water intake, diet, you can get a nice vascular pump without these. These are here to enhance, to keep the body in its ideal state to get the best pump possible. That's why I take them, that's why we created them. But all that being said, I just wanna make sure you know that our stance will always be, you don't have to have supplements. You can do it all with your diet and your training. They're just here to help. So first thing I would recommend for a beginner would be our max pump. This is a non-stim pump, meaning there's no caffeine in it, but it's got 6 grams of L-citrulline and it just gets the blood flowing like crazy. This is a capsule version of our pump. So different ingredients. This is just a capsule option just in case you don't want to drink something, but this sour gummy flavor is nuts. People love it. And we're actually working on another flavor now, but I'm not positive. I'm still going through the testing phases of what that's going to be, so I'm not going to tell you yet. As an option, if you wanted to add in some lifted gains creatine, especially if you're bulking, that can help as well. I'm trying to put on arm size, that lean muscle mass. So again, not needed, not required, but they definitely help. That's what I took here today. So just wanted to give you guys that explanation in case you're... So thank you guys for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to this point. I really appreciate your support. Please subscribe, like the video, check out the products if you're interested. No obligations. We appreciate you. See you in the next one.